You getting all the dog hairs on my sweater? Should I go with the sleeves rolled up or down? Because down I'm going to sweat to death, and up I look like a pretentious dork. How much time have I got for this?
2 minutes.
Holy sh**. Hi. I was told that I have 2 minutes to give a statement, but 2 minutes is barely enough time to thank the SHS Fine Arts Hall of Fame, to thank Tobin Barnes for nominating me, to thank my parents for enduring long nights with my typewriter clacking away in the bedroom upstairs, and for driving me to countless rehearsals and enduring an endless array of concerts, music contests, speech contests, Spartan Spectaculars, school plays, one-act plays, college plays, backyard plays, and plays in my cousin's basement where wearing long white underwear made us astronauts. And to thank my sisters who usually ended up in those backyard and basement plays. And 1 or 2 Spartan Spec acts. Let me start over. I could say thanks all night, but I don't know when I'm ever going to get another honor like this. So I think my time is better spent telling you how great I think it is that SHS has a Fine Arts Hall of Fame. It's no secret that artists sometimes get a bad rap. Let's face it, they're a little bit different than everyone else. A lot of times they don't play well with others. People question their value to society and their hygiene. But face it, you can't escape them. And who would want to? Think of it, when a song speaks to you, when a painting or a sculpture or a photograph takes your breath away, when a movie or a play or a TV show entertains you, when a book shows you to look at life differently, or yes, even when a stand-up comic makes you laugh, you're taking in the work of an artist, or a lot of artists working together. And chances are, behind some of them were teachers who recognized their talent and had the wisdom to say, you are good at this, not just as a hobby, but as something at which you can make a living. Do yourself and the world a favor and pursue it. That's what happened to me. I was lucky that when I attended SHS, there were giants walking the halls, like Betty Trezona in theater, Sharon Google in choir and visual arts, John Becken and David Bray in band, Sue Litella in literature, and Renee Grant, who dragged me across South Dakota in the dead of November for state speech tournaments. And by the way, if anyone knows how to get a hold of her, let me know. I've got a lot more thank yous I owe her. And then there's Tobin Barnes, who, alleluia, is still here making a difference, encouraging young people to read the classics and write, and keep writing, just like he encouraged me. I won't mention any more names because I don't want to insult the giants who are walking these halls now, because they're probably doing more with a smaller slice of the education budget. That is, if they're anything like my wife, who teaches and directs high school theater. Trust me, she knows your pain. This is a woman whose students present a free matinee of the yearly musical to senior citizens, most of whom proudly declare that they vote against school funding referendums that favor the arts, and then complain when they no longer get free coffee and cookies at intermission. Pardon my frankness, but I get a little mad with people who get it half right. They think the arts are worth their time, but not their dime. Spearfish gets it right. Spearfish knows how the arts bring us together, not just as a community, but as a state, a country, and a world whose inhabitants are always looking for common ground. The arts give us that. The fact that this school had the wisdom and the foresight to maintain a Fine Arts Hall of Fame says volumes about this town. Even in Minneapolis, I meet people who have come through South Dakota and have told me that Deadwood is for gambling, Rapid City is for shopping, Sturgis is for bikers, but Spearfish is for artists. What a great reputation to have, to be known as a city that creates, appreciates, and supports art without boundaries. From a guy in a studio outside of town who's painting on spheres, to a university whose quality of theater productions frankly betrays its humble location, to my 80-year-old Aunt Violet, who still shows her paintings at festivals across the Midwest and right here at South Dakota's largest arts festival, to a bunch of kids producing and screening their own skiing movie at Matthews Opera House. When people ask me how a guy who's a combination of playwright, film critic, director, editor, producer, teacher, improvisational performer, actor, and stand-up comic can come from this little town in South Dakota, I ask them, look around. How could I not? And so I thank you for including me in a group I deeply respect and have for years. I thank you for inviting me to your party, but most of all, I thank you for claiming me and my moderate contributions to the arts as your own. When I travel and people ask me where I'm from, I tell them my home is in Minneapolis, but I'm from Spearfish, South Dakota, because I want them to know the caliber of person they're dealing with. Thank you, and good night.